Hi everyone! Guys, did you know that I've been posting videos to this channel for 10 years now? On August 22nd, 2011, I posted my very first speed drawing video, the shiny rainbow unicorn or whatever I called it, which I have actually redrawn a few times now, so I don't think I'm gonna do that today. But I thought during these years I've created a lot of art, I mean a lot. I have it all collected in this box here. I think there is art older than 10 years in here, but I don't know, it just feels kind of sad having it all just sitting in the box. It makes it hard to look at. Also, it isn't that great having all the art stacked on top of each other, and this box is freaking heavy, which means that I'm risking my life every time I'm moving it around. Also, as you can see, it's getting kind of overfilled, so I thought to celebrate 10 years of videos, let's do some cleaning. Let's sort the art, put them into nice folders. I will also pick one or two of the older art pieces to try to recreate, so stay tuned for that. Hi, hello, future editing me here. So my whole plan for this video was sort the art, do a little bit of art tour, and then redrawing some of my older art pieces. But it's turning out now when editing that the whole art tour is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, and I don't want to edit it down too much and just cram in the drawing portion at the end. So I'm actually gonna turn this into two parts. So for this part, I'm gonna sort the art, do a art tour, and then in the next part I will try to recreate some of the art. It also means that you guys can help me pick what art that I should try to recreate for the next part. So if you see any art in this video that you would like me to redraw, please let me know. So back to you, past me. Yeah, let's get started. Also leave a comment if you recognize any of the older art. All the art is in one heck of a mess, so this will be interesting. Here is some of my more recent art, failed line art that I just kept in here. I mean, this is nice, but what am I gonna do? So I think I'm just gonna bring everything out of here and then I'm gonna sort it after a year and then we can take a look at it together. I think that will be a lot faster than just me commenting on every single little art piece in here. Wow, an old compendium from my art school, that's nice. And that's my art in a crossword. Glad I kept this one. Believe it or not, this is actually a failed attempt of making a portrait of my mom's dog. Honestly, I think it looks great, but there is something that makes it look wrong. Not the art itself, but the portrait, the likeness of Viggo, the dog. I have to redo it. The second portrait turned out so much better, but this is just one of these pieces that I don't really know what to make of it. I can't just throw it away, so it ended up in this box.
Not a game, it's a rich thing.
So yeah, here I'm basically sorting the art after a year, putting them into different piles, and I've kept a lot of older sketches in the box, so I removed them from the rest of the art. It will probably get back into the box. There were also a bunch of random blank paper sheets that I've kept in the box too for some reason, and just like trash doodles that I threw away. The sorting of the art took way longer than I thought it would. It took me about 40-50 minutes to get through it all, but it is such a relief to finally have it done. The messy art box has been bothering me for a long time now, so it is so good to have it done. Alright, so this is the process so far. I have sorted it from 2010, and then we have 15, 11, 13, 14, 17, 16, 12, and then we got some random earlier years. I've been going for like 20 minutes or something. There is a pretty big chunk left of art to sort, so yeah, it is a mess, but at least it is a better mess than that one. Here we have all of it sorted after a year. I will put them into plastic folders to keep them safe. But first, I will take you on a little tour through more than a decade of art. I don't know, maybe it's more interesting for me than it is for you, but I hope you will enjoy. Alright, so let's start with a pile that I called early random years. Also, I want to mention that the art that you see in this video is not all the art that I've created during these years. It is just the art that I've collected in the box. This pile contains art from 07, 08 and 09. I was born 90s, so you can kind of do the math. But yeah, you can kind of see that I got a thing for drawing dogs. Furries, whatever you like to call it. Not a lot of cats. I was kind of unhappy when I was 17, so I did draw a lot of that. I was heavily inspired by an artist that drew a lot of furry art, so and I don't know, I just like drawing dogs and wolves. This is actually one of the rare marker pieces that I made back then. I didn't use a lot of markers back then. I used a lot of color pencils. So I used a ballpoint pen for the line art and then I colored it with color pencils. I was kind of into the wispy, lighter lines that I could achieve using a ballpoint pen. But yeah, this is the thing that I like to draw. 2010, and I was drawing foxes back then too. I was starting to discover markers a little more. I drew a lot of strange things. We got part of a rotten head with an extra eye stuck on a candle, I don't know. And I was also very into drawing Zelda fan art from The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, my favorite game. But again, I'm using ballpoint pen for the line art and I'm coloring it with color pencils and also watercolors, and I actually really like this style. As I mentioned many times before, my style, I don't really have a specific style, or I mean, I don't have one specific style that I like to draw in. I just like trying out different things. And then we have 2011. I think this is the most interesting art year for me. I had a very different style from what I have right now. I don't know, I just drew a lot of weird stuff. And here I kind of abandoned my trusty old ballpoint pen and I started using more fine liners. And I remember I could just grab a pen and start doodling these stuff. I think I made this for a video actually, one of my earlier speed drawings. Got the mushrooms, of course, and I love drawing these kinds of eyes. I went a little more minimalistic and abstract, psychedelic, and I really liked doing these squiggly lines, as you can see. We got an eye mushroom, of course. I have this little guy that I actually made a redrawing of just a little while ago. Wow, look at this gorgeous lady. So I was starting to experiment a little more with markers. Unfortunately, I was using a really crappy paper. It isn't made for markers at all, so it was a little hard blending the colors. Oh, this one is so cute. Mushroom, and here we have my first ever speed drawing video. But yeah, I just made a lot of this kind of stuff. Oh, this one is creepy. I remember I was just diving into the art. I didn't really have any plans or anything. I was just drawing something, making some eyes, a mouth, and then I was just doodling with markers. But I remember I had so much fun with these. Wow, such a happy self-portrait. A little sun. I think this is a commission for a tattoo. So yeah, a bit of a psychedelic art year for me. I actually get a little inspired by it to play around more with this kind of style. Also, I don't know if you have noticed it, but there isn't a lot of cats yet. Then we have 2012, also a very interesting art year. I was still doing these kinds of psychedelic art pieces. Oh, I really like this one. Just playing around with shapes and textures, and I don't know, I was just having so much fun with my art. I don't know if I made this for a video, or if I just posted it online, but I remember people commenting that it looks kind of high, and I agree, it looks a little drowsy. And 2012 was also the year when I started to make pony art. Oh, this one is a little creepy. This is one of the original ones. I drew all the main My Little Pony characters as individual speed drawing videos on YouTube, and then I sold the originals, and the only one left is Rarity. I'm actually pretty glad that I still have her. At first, when I started making pony art, I made it very clean. I didn't really have a style, and then as you can see, it evolved a bit. I started to use my own style, and I was still not a pro using those markers, but man, I loved using them. Oh, we have a self-portrait in color pencils. I started to learn how to blend the colors a little better, but as you can see, the paper isn't great for blending and stuff, so it looks a little patchy. This one is so cozy. I love drawing wolves. This is in color pencils. And a little husky puppy. Oh, we got some Pokemon. This one is interesting with a pointillism. More wolves in a very stylized style. A lady with her mushrooms, of course. I really liked combining graphite pencil and fine liners. Ooh, yay, we got some Cable Guy fan art, which is one of my favorite movies, by the way. I think this was a free color challenge or something. Oh, and I was experimenting doing more pony art in a different style. The legs is a little creepy, to be honest. Oh, we got a portrait of my dear Charlie. Oh, I miss her so much. Another stylized wolf. Oh, we got more Jim Carrey art. He really is one of my favorite actors. I've drawn a lot of portraits of him. This was one of my little characters that I like to draw. A little cat in a coat. As you can see, I think this is the same little guy. More of this strange watercolor pony art, and we got some supernatural fan art. I did make a lot of these portraits in color pencils instead of graphite because I really hated working in graphite because it gets all shiny. Color pencils is still a little shiny, but not as much as graphites, and also not as smudgy. Oh, this one is cute. Then we're at 2013. I think this is someone's character on DeviantArt or something. Too bad I didn't write the username anywhere, but oh well. And we got Ira Stark, also in color pencils. I think this one is from the How I Draw My Little Pony art. I didn't talk in my videos back then, so it is only text describing what I'm doing. I really liked playing around with these different styles. Oh, we got some Okami fan art. Tiny little art piece. This is also someone's character. I think it was for an art trade or something. Applejack, I really like this style. I think this was for an art competition on YouTube. Another art trade. Oh, this is my OC. I was starting to learn how to work with markers a little better. Oh my! And then we got pieces like this. I think this is just one of those pieces when I grabbed a paper and a pencil and I was just starting to draw whatever popped up in my mind. But yeah, I still love drawing a lot of eyes. And I really love drawing a lot of plants and stuff. Oh, this is cute, but I really hate the ears. They look so muscly, like it's been working out his ears. That is so strange. 2014. This kitty is a lot cuter than the last one. My pony OC and my kitties. I'm still drawing a lot of pony art that I posted on my channel. Another self-portrait. This is the redrawing of the dog that I showed you before. I still like doing these little fine liner pieces from time to time. More Zelda fan art. This is strange. It is like a woman's face, but cat. I really like how I made the hair though. Some portraits I made for a giveaway. Little kitty. Another self-portrait. Oh, I got Angelina Jolie. I was practicing doing a lot of portraits in markers. This is not bad. I'm kind of impressed by myself. We got some Game of Thrones fan art. And here we have one of my shiny rainbow unicorn redrawings. I really went all in with the rainbows. I was also doing a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's. I wouldn't call it fan art, but it was just popular on YouTube, so I drew it. Frozen fan art. The video for this one really blew up on my channels. Oh, we got Lil Bub, some fan art of Bunny, also known as Graveyard Girl, a portrait of Bouquet, one of the artists that actually inspired me to make more marker portraits, more Angelina Jolie, and of course Minions. What else? So yeah, a lot of these pieces I made as speed drawings for my channel, a lot of fan art. Fan art did really well, so that is just what I went with. I also had a lot of fun making all the arts. Then we have 2015, and this is a thick pile of art. The Bride of Frankenstein in markers and color pencils. I really love the depth that I managed to create in this one. I think for 2014 I didn't create a lot of My Little Pony fan art anymore. Up to this point I had been making videos for about 3 years, but it was only speed drawing videos with some music. So I think the second part of 2015 is where I started to do more videos with commentary or voiceover, and I started opening art boxes. This is from a sketch box, and I think these little pieces are from where I let my followers pick what I should draw. And we also got a Sam Winchester, a little bit of a caricature. Kind of looks like Brad Pitt too. Also for a sketchbox video. I'm still doing a lot of fan art. Oh, this is cute. I remember this one. I think this was one of my first trend art challenges that I made. Drawing blindfolded with my left hand, and then a free color challenge on top of that. But yeah, we got a lot of fan art and marker work. And something I was also experimenting a lot with at this moment was India ink. I was watching a lot of Mary Doodle's videos, and she worked with a lot of ink, so I guess I felt inspired. Ooh, look at these guys. Here I was also rediscovering the ballpoint pen again that I hadn't been using for a while now. Some more YouTuber art. We got PewDiePie, Five Nights at Freddy's, more ballpoint pen art, more marker portraits. Gosh, I did a lot of art this year. Spyro, Grumpy Kitty. But yeah, it feels like I was starting to experiment a little more with different mediums, also rediscovering other mediums. I feel like during 2015 my marker art evolved a bit, and I was starting to find this more softer kind of style. I think I made these for Inktober, so I was still playing around with fine liner pens. So next we have 2016, and this is also a big pile. Oh, I think I made this in a collaboration with Lemia Crescent. We have some scroller box pieces. And I think most of the pieces that I created at this time was actually for some kind of video. These, for example, are made of art supplies from different art boxes, and different art challenges were super big. So I was starting to play around with different art mediums that I haven't tried before because of the art boxes, and I was doing these art challenges. This one that was made with like kids markers. Also collaboration with Lemia Crescent and collaboration with Bailey J. This is the line art that Bailey made for me to color. So creepy, but I love it. This one I made with my art box from Scrawlerbox. My very first piece using Copic markers. I did actually stop doing as much fan art as I did before, but I really liked the design of Moana, so I wanted to draw her. I have to say, I really like the style in markers and color pencils, but it is kind of sketchy. A sketchy texture, I like it. And another collaboration with Jackie, Nerdy Crafter. I actually sent the original piece to Jackie, but I kept the print in here. Some watercolor art. Ah, this is another collaboration with Valerie, Art a la carte. Makeup art challenge. Yet another collaboration with Dramatic Parrot, Priscilla. 2016 was definitely the year for YouTube collaborations for me. I really like doing the ballpoint pen art and then adding a lot of watercolors. I think this is gouache though, like I did for the YouTuber portraits. colored areas are like digital images that I printed, and then I drew the rest of the face. That is actually a very fun idea. Maybe I should do something like that again. Another makeup challenge. This is the rest of the collaboration with Dramatic Parrot, Stranger Things fan art. Also collaboration, I think, with Nerdy Crafter. And we have a little kitty cat. A little less fan art, a little more watercolors, a little less markers this year. A lot of YouTube collaborations. Next up is 2017. Some watercolor roses that is creating like a negative space in shape of a kitty, very fun. It's a fox, 2 self-portraits made in January, and this is in December. I really like doing these self-portraits because I can kind of compare my style and what kind of art medium that I'm into. My crystal turtle, made from a random scribble challenge. Got some art box art, some more kitties. Also a random scribble challenge in collaboration with Mira Byler. I like the little hair buns. I think this is made with the Pilot friction pens, the ones that you can erase, and they got kind of like a thick consistency. Oh, look how shiny. And I think is an upside down challenge, drawing the art upside down and then you turn it around. And yeah, it looks a little wonky, but I think I did pretty okay actually. More art boxes. These two are kind of similar. I think you can see here on these pieces that they are all made in Copic markers, but I was also using the Copic gas infused brush pen. It got like a real bristle tip and I was really loving working with it. So that was something that I recently had discovered here and I was just having so much fun with it. Scrawler box art and sketchbox art, I think. But yeah, this year we got a little more marker art and a lot of art made with art supplies from different art boxes. I was a little worried back then that maybe I was opening too many art boxes, but people seem to enjoy them. Now we're getting to 2018. We're getting closer and closer in time, so maybe you will recognize these art a little more than the previous ones. This one I actually redrew a little while ago using Ohuhu markers. And this was an art challenge where Sally picked my art supplies. I really like the style of the tree. Another collaboration with Nerdy Crafter. So shiny. One I have also made a redrawing of. This one is made with the art supplies from one of those kids art supply boxes, you know. There are like little suitcases with a lot of art supplies in them. So this is made with crayons, color pencils, markers, etc. For these ones I was using 3 different types of watercolors, pans, pencils and tubes. And it is interesting how much different there is. Look at that, very funny. This is one of those draw this in your style kind of challenges where I drew a bunch of my followers' art. Oh, the 80 marker challenge. Another collaboration with Bailey J. Another draw this in your style. Sally, draw this in your style. IKEA art supplies. Then we got 2019 and this pile is a little thinner because I actually took a break from YouTube and from doing art in general, but it really shows how much art I make through my videos. But yeah, this is gouache, yearly self-portrait from a mystery art supply bag that I bought online. Didn't like those apparently. One color challenge. I believe this is from a using all my white art supplies. Does look like it. And I did another draw this in your style, so I drew a bunch of followers art. Also this one. Oh, it's cute. Ooh, some more Stranger Things fan art. And this is also drawing my followers' art. I was using a little bit of everything, some watercolors, gouache, trying out Sharpies. So yeah, a little bit of everything. So if the pile for 2019 was a little thin, 2020 is a lot thicker. I made a lot of art last year. Some of them I don't even remember making last year's. Oh wow, I must have used the same sketch for these two. I was making a video on how that you don't need fancy art supplies to make art, and as you saw in my earlier art, I used a lot of ballpoint pens, so it was fun to go back and discover that again. These ones I made in an Uhuhu sketchbook, but I actually pulled them out from there to use the sketchbook for something else. A little doggo. 19 was definitely rough for me, so I was feeling a little emotionally upside down, I suppose. Oh, I love this one. This little character is cute. More art boxes. I think this year I discovered making line art in Procreate on my iPad and then printing it on Bristol board so I could color it with markers. It just saved me a lot of time. I love doing line work, but doing it on camera and getting it as perfect as I want it takes a lot of time, and sometimes I mess it up. It is so much faster and easier and a lot less stressful doing it digitally, print it and then color it. Also, it makes great coloring pages that I can share on my Patreon. Ooh, I like this piece. Some Posca art. Yay, here's the little witchy kitty that I mentioned before. Also, line work done in Procreate, then printed. This one is real line art though. This is one of the exclusive coloring pages that I made for Patreon. A whole bunch of fruit kitties. Another redrawing of an old art of mine. Pastel mermaids. Another fruit cat. Also another redrawing. One of my favorite pieces that I made during 2020. I really should make another one in this series. Black watercolor paper. This looks so good with the lighter colors. Still a lot of different styles, a lot of different art mediums. Alright, then we have the last one. 2021. Maybe it isn't very interesting to look at because I just made the art. But yeah, I'm still experimenting with a lot of different art mediums. Tested out Posca pens. I love these. Different supplies from different art boxes. Here I was doing some color pencils. My new Kitty Phoenix picked my art supplies, and I was testing out some different paint palettes, redrawing some old art. Again, I just love redrawing my old art. I don't know what it is. I just like taking an idea and look at it with fresh eyes and just make something new out of it. I was trying some pointillism with the Kuretake dot pens. Pastel tiger, pastel kitty, some crayon kitties. Yeah. 10 years later, still drawing those eye mushrooms. But yeah, it is fun to see how much my art has evolved during the years, and maybe if I had just stuck to one art supply, one art medium during all these years, maybe I would have become super good at that medium, but I would just be so bored doing the same thing over and over. So I find it so much more fun testing different things, different art styles, different art mediums, and I will stick with that, I suppose. Alright, there we have it, over a decade of art. For the next part, I will redraw some of the older art. I have actually already started and finished 2 pieces that I was supposed to include in this video, but now I actually got time to make even more art. So again, if you saw any art in this video that you would like me to recreate, please let me know. I will also put all the art into folders because that is something that I didn't have time to do in this video either. Everything just took a lot longer than I thought it would. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Keep drawing my happy cats. Bye!